What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Shy. Come here with me. Come here with me. Yeah, honey, you get the picture. Early morning shenanigans. What's up, checkmates? What's up? Ramella in the building. Make it do what it do. Yvette Bell, what's up? How are you? Sexy Mama says, I'm here. Shy, shy. Oh my goodness. It's like every time I think about you, you pop up in the chat. Hi, Shy Shar. What's up? Claudia, how are you? Tanja in the building. Make it do what it do, honey. Yes. Listen, I'm so happy to see you guys. It's early for us, right? Because we usually do the afternoon, but we here. I got some tea that I ran into about this Shaunie O'Neal and Mr. Keion Henderson. But listen, we're gonna talk about it because I feel like, everybody has a pattern and it's up to us as women to pay attention to it. It's a little bit different than our normal, which is, the whole love and marriage Huntsville stuff. But the reality of that is love and marriage Huntsville ain't gonna be around all the time, honey. And we're gonna have some other stuff to talk about. So we have to get used to talking about other things besides that, and hopefully I will get the same support as I do with Love and Marriage Huntsville because I'm gonna bring it no matter what. You know what I mean? I know how to hold a conversation no matter what. Please pause and hit that like icon, guys. Subscribe and turn the notification bell on. That's what Tanja says. Hello, happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm gonna let a couple more people get on, and then we're gonna jump right into it. But just before I go into that, if you guys are not following, it's a page called Oh, my view, my opinion. It's not spelled out as MVMO. That's the page. Oh man, for anybody that just want their mind to be juggled, to think outside the box. If you're thinking about dating, if you're thinking about marriage, oh man, this page was so awesome. Y'all know I'm a big crybaby. So when stuff hit home for me or I can relate to it, y'all know I'll be over here boo-hooing, like, oh, Shar, get yourself together, honey. Get yourself together. So definitely it's an amazing page for people that want to have a grown woman or grown man conversation, right? It's called MVMO. It's my view, my opinion. Awesome page. I don't even know how it fell on my lap, but when I talk about this here, then you guys will be able to go over to that page and watch the full clip of it, because this is coming from there. So I'm going to say allegedly because she has the proof. I don't, right? And I didn't see the proof with my own eyes. So I'm going to say allegedly. But listen, we've all had our speculations about this Keion and Shaunie O'Neal. Listen, my mom used to say if it smells fishy, it is fishy. You know what I mean? And for the most part, I don't wish for nobody's divorce. I don't wish for nobody's separation. I don't wish for nobody to even go through hell. You know what I mean? Or even find out, hey, my could be a type of my husband's. You know what I mean? I don't wish that for nobody, but I do want us as women, us as men, to take the time that we need to heal so that we don't run into some of those same people, same patterns or those same places, right? And we all know that, we all seem like, okay, they got married pretty fast, but hey, love is love. We've all said that before. However, we all looking kind of from the side eye like, child, something don't smell right, right? So for the most part, that's MVMO, right? My view, my opinion. That's her page. I wanted to shout out her for that. It was just another way to go. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start because I'm not gonna be here long, guys. And then if you catch the replay, remember to hit the like button. Remember to subscribe. It's important. I think we're about 109 away from our 2,000 mark. Yay! We're almost there. So just keep pushing, guys. Keep liking the videos. Make sure you share. It's imperative that every live at least 4 shares happen, right? So that people can know that I'm here and my videos can be rotated as much as possible, and keep them coming because that's what people are going to know, that I'm over here and I'm spitting truth. You know what I mean? No facts, all facts, no fiction. It's important that we do, right? So let me bring something to y'all attention. Anybody that knows, Shaunie O'Neal was married to Shaq O'Neal. They were divorced and she's been single for a while. She's just been dipping and diving in the pond, right? We don't know whose pond, but child, somebody's been zipping. Tasha says, I'm here, Char. What's up? We about to eat them up, Tosh. We about to eat them up, okay? Y'all might as well get ready to see my face a couple times today because I got so much I want to talk about, but I can't do them all in one live. So I'm just going to keep coming live and break them up into different segments because, we got to talk about this possibly cancellation of Married to Medicine. We got to talk about the Blueface arrested. We have to talk about this young lady that was jumped by her friends in Mexico and they killed her. Listen, we have so much stuff to cover. So make sure that your notification bells are on, because I want to make sure that I can have a conversation not only, about the situation, but I'm having it with you guys and we can talk, like grown folks do. So we definitely going to talk about it. Anything that I can resonate is not off limits here. I can say I've been there, or child, you got me messed up, and it's a hell no for me, right? So I want you guys to make sure your notification bell is on, because probably every hour to 2 hours I will be here, right? So definitely, definitely, definitely. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, I promise you won't be disappointed. All right, let's go. So I don't even know how I got to this woman's page, y'all, but like I said, like-minded people could think alike, right? And we can resonate with one another. We'd be like, yeah, true, sis, that's what's up. You feel what I'm saying? So this young lady played a clip of Keion. I'm telling y'all, it was identical to the interview that he just did on Sherry's show with Shaunie. Identical. It's almost as if it was rehearsed. I ain't lying to y'all. This Negro done became a pro at taking interviews with his wife. I swear to goodness. One of the things I didn't know, that she was the third wife. Okay. But listen, to each his own. They say the third time is always a charm, right? So anyway, that was a first red flag for me. Third wife, okay, boom, whatever works for you. Slick says, I'm here, Char. What's up? Make it do what it do. So basically she's the third wife, right? So she played a clip from Keion and his second wife, and they were talking about how they met. Let me run something down to y'all, then I'm gonna get back to the comments, because I get lost and I want to make sure I keep organization, right? So Keion and the second wife met at a restaurant, right? There was one seat left. The restaurant was full. It was packed. You know what I mean? He ain't had nowhere to sit. It was one seat left. He asked the young lady, can I sit here? She's like basically looking at him like, yeah, you can sit here as long as ain't no woman gonna come out the bathrooms and trying to fight, because child, ain't nobody got time for that, right? So he like, oh yeah, I like her. In his mind, this is the conversation he's having with himself. Like, oh yeah, I like her. She gonna have my number when we leave here. I'm gonna be setting the law straight, right? So, he ended up sitting down. He asked her for her number. She's basically like, no, no, you, please. People be tying people up. People be doing all types of crazy stuff. It's going to be a hell no for me. You feel what I'm saying? So he like, nah, you can't sit here, sis. I mean, bro, right? Well, she let him sit down, but she basically don't give him her number. He goes and write on the back of the receipt. Now, listen up, guys. He goes and write on the back of this receipt, and he gives her the church number, the email, the fax number, everything that was associated with him. He wanted to make sure that she was able to contact him, since she was not comfortable enough with giving him her number. So he wrote it all down. So the only way that she can have a conversation with him, or he can have a conversation with her rather, if she decides she's going to call him, right? So she ends up calling him like, hey, you want to go to lunch? You want to go to dinner? And he's like, okay. He knew that, she was busy around that dinner time. So he knew it only had to work in her favor. Whatever time she wanted to go out for, that's what he was down for, right? So, listen, that was a red flag for me, first of all, because at the end of the day, why did you feel like I needed all that information? But you was going to make sure that me as the woman was impressed with how much effort you put into making sure that I, the woman, called you. When if you really just was that dude, you feel what I'm saying? You could just wrote one woman down. Who the hell need the fax number, the email, the church number? Nobody needs all that. So really, you have to ask yourself, what kind of headspace was she in that she wasn't red flagged or alarmed by him laying the law with 5 and 6 numbers to make sure that she can get in contact with him, right? So they went back and forth about this lunch and dinner date, which way they gonna go, right? So then the end of this interview was basically her talking about the way that they keep things going and the chemistry coming is basically because of their healthiness, okay? This clip was premiered, right? Or published, rather, season 1 finale called Closet Chats with Keion and his wife, the second wife, Felicia, on Facebook. This chat was on Facebook, okay? This is where this clip come from, and they talking about it, right? If you want to watch the whole video, it's on her page, right? So the pattern that she diagnosed this dude with was a come up man. These type of men only look for relationships that they can monetize themselves in, right? This interview was published on June 2021, 2019. Check it. I don't want y'all to get lost here. Check it and stay with me, right? 4 months later, after this interview was done, Keion filed for divorce from his second wife. Oh no. Okay. He filed for divorce from his second wife right after this interview on June 21st, 2019. Right? October, let me see. He filed on October 16, 2019. During the paperwork said that they had stopped living together as a couple as of October 8th, 2019, right? Divorce was final April 19. Y'all keep these dates in mind. April 19th of 2021. 7 months later, 7 months later, we ain't say 7 years later, we said 7 months later, Keion was engaged to Shaunie, November 11th, 2021. Hot diggity dog. Somebody got to make it make sense to me, okay? Let me see what y'all saying before I go further, okay? They called him a man that only wants to be in a relationship that he can get monetized from. Child, listen. Okay, you guys are speaking. Slick says, good morning, Char. What's up? Slick, make it do what it do. Miss Linda says, good morning, lovely spirit, Char. Good morning, Miss Linda. Jazz H, hi, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I don't know why I was about to say welcome to Char, but welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. That's Shaunie's third husband, too. Yes, that's what they were saying. That she's the third, that this is his third wife, and she's also this. Is this her third? Wait a minute, Jazz. Wait a minute. This is her third husband too? I didn't know that. I thought this was her second. Child, bye. Slick says, good morning, Tanja. I feel Shaunie got tired of being alone and single. It sucks, Tanja. It's not a good feeling. It sucks. It gets lonely, but you learn to be okay with being alone. You do the healing while you are alone. So when you step in that ring again, honey, ain't nothing nobody can say to you that will make you ruffle your feathers the way that they shouldn't have been ruffled in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. And that's okay to say I was tired of being alone. But you got to make sure that you're not going to lose more than you did the first time when you do that thing again. See, I'm not willing to do that. Hey, Shar, that ninja trying to get to that bag. Ken Clark, I love when you step in the chat. You make it plain and simple. Let them know. They call him a man that's only in it for what the monetization. Child, listen. They said that he's looking for somebody that got more than the next person. That's what they had said, Ken Clark. Good morning, my sister. Okay, you guys are speaking. Just too aggressive for me, Shar. I would have been turned off. Okay. Ebony the Best, what's up? Welcome to the chat. We didn't sleep with you last night. What's up? The timeline is crossing with the marriage and Shaunie. Come through, Slick. Come through. Somebody was having some type of relationships while this man was still there. And peep game, we know men, right? They get all wet, they get all antsy, they get all ready. You feel what I'm saying? And they want to make moves before they can cross all their T's and dot all their I's. Not knowing that us women come back and put these timelines together and stamp it, okay? We will stamp it for you. Say, what? When was you this? You was just down below last night. So you did what? Child, we're going to come back and put a stamp on it. So I don't know why. I don't even know how she missed it. But guess what? As vulnerable as she is, as desperate as she is, in my opinion, as needy as she is, in my opinion, I think that she didn't miss it. I believe that she knew. I believe that she possibly could have been messing with this man while he was married. They probably was talking. They was probably was all this, right? And then once he knew it was it was a go, he was like, oh, no, I got to get out of this because this ain't a good look for the church. You feel what I'm saying? No shade to the church because I love my sisters and brothers in the church. Hey, y'all, listen, I love y'all. But at the end of the day, a man is only man. He's not Jesus himself. We're going to call a thing, an ace, and a spade. That's why I said only whole men and whole woman could step into this chat today, right? Because we're going to have a conversation that makes sense. We ain't going to pacify it because we have to get off of that whole thing of image. Oh, they so cute together. Oh, because he's a pastor, and I just love the way they take all these pictures together and make it look like it do. It can very well be just what we see. But nah, because it's just too much flashiness going on for me. Too much flashiness. Let me see. Yeah, she was married to her first son's father before Shaq. Okay, Tasha, thank you. I think I knew it, but I didn't know it, or maybe I didn't connect the dots because y'all know I'd be a little delayed with the sequence first. Yes, I was listening to OG interview with Carlos, and the comments they say she was originally with Shaq's accountant. Woo, child, not the accountants. That's really that really screamed desperate, okay? That's why her and Evelyn can get along. Child, yes. Ain't no comfort in a business arrangement. I know that's right. That's what this marriage sounds like to me. She's still going to be lonely. You know it. Because guess what? They said that he's basically going on to the next one. I hope that prenup is on fleek. Because let me tell you, he gonna drag her for every single thing that she got. Okay, that's why I don't pay to mess with somebody else's husband. As Ariane is our first example. Don't go sleeping around with somebody else's husband. Now we don't know for a fact whether she was sleeping with him, but we know how men operate. Men operate off of what they can get, right? Not all of them, but some of them. They operate off what the feeling is. They don't really operate off us. We're real emotional. You know what I mean? We're already connected. But men like, oh no, I gotta get out of this. And let me tell you about them pastors. They be thinking about the church before we even think about the church. We be like, hell with that church. Okay. But they be already in it with this church. So they like, oh, church can't look at me like an ungodly man. They already making moves. So he divorced this lady 4 months after that interview of him. I had to have her. She had to be mine. The way we keep it floating. Clearly during this interview, if you guys go back and look at it on this lady's page, she had no idea that divorce was even going to come. It looks as if he smacked it on her. After he got all that he can get from her, he drank the hell out of her. He sucked her dry. And then he was like, I'm out. I got something bigger and better. Some other plans I got to take hold of. I don't know this to be true, but common sense go a long way. And that's what it seemed like to me. You know what I'm saying? So the paperwork got filed. He said they stopped sleeping together as of October 8th, 2019, right? Divorce was final again in April 19, 2021. 7 months later, he was engaged to Shaunie, November 11th, 2021. Check it, right? They then go on to play the clip of Shaunie in his engagement. And he's saying that, she usually get to me first. And, she be telling me I love her. She loves me first. And, I just had to have her, blah, blah, blah. I'm paraphrasing, right? Because I wasn't impressed. I've been there and I've done that, right? So he says that she used to always ask him, when you going to marry me? And he used to kind of brush her off. And then if you guys remember, the clip that they did was like, who said, they love you first to who? He pointed at her. So there definitely was some type of desperateness there, some type of loneliness, some type of naive going on there, that she just felt like she had to have him. She really wanted him to marry her, which means that any type of thing that should have red flagged her or alerted her, she at this point couldn't see anything. She was already in it. The D done slung her, because you can't tell me they didn't sleep together. They slept together, all right? They wasn't waiting for Jesus to come back. Let's just call a thing, all right? So with that being said, they was already having sex, allegedly, in my opinion, right? They was already having sex. She was already in the church sitting up there like she was the first lady already, right? Nobody alarmed this. Everybody thought it was okay, that they was having this shack going on, you know what I mean? And it was okay. But here's what he said. She was mad at him, walking around the house with an attitude. I'm like, ding, ding, ding. That's our proof right there. You talking about walking around the house with an attitude of a house y'all shouldn't have been in together in the first place. So you can't tell me nothing that Jesus said for y'all. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, y'all in the same house, already living together. You done moved your wardrobe in there. She done already gave you her just side of the closet. You done got your drawers drawer over here. All this stuff is going on, and you just feel like this is normal. You a whole pastor, man. You know what I'm saying? So they both have, somehow she had like a 1111 tattoo on her wrist, and then he had that same tattoo on his back. I think that's what he said. So he basically was waiting for that day. This is his story, not mine. I'm just sharing it with y'all. So he basically was waiting for that day to, to propose to her. So on 11/11, he proposed to her while she walked around the house with an attitude that they shouldn't have been in together, but it is what it is, right? They was recently on a Sherry show celebrating their 1-year anniversary. And they were sharing a little bit more of that connection, right? The connection gave us a little bit more clue of how desperate Shaunie really is. Although we can say, child, you stupid as hell, right? But this particular interview on Veterans Day that she did, or they did together, really proved how desperate she was and continue to be, right? Because niggas will play on your head, you know what I mean? They'll play in your space, and you be like, yo, I'm telling you, that ain't a good look for you. Please stop doing that. You know what I mean? So that was pretty much it. But let me connect this last dot for y'all. Then I'm gonna get back to the chat, right? Because y'all know I gotta just get it plain right out the right out the bag, right? So his first wife, the Shell Henderson, right? The lady said that she couldn't find much information on like how long they've been married, but she says they divorced in 2008, May of 2008, right? Excuse me. The divorce was granted December 2008. The divorce again was filed by Mr. Keion himself, which means that this nigga got a hand problem. A hand problem with printing that paperwork out and sending it the hell into the next judge and saying, I'm done with this relationship, okay? So he filed. He was the initial filer again in this first marriage, right? The divorce was granted in 2018, right? I mean, 2008, excuse me, correction. He meets the second wife, which we just talked about, in 2009. He marries her in 2010. Again, there's no type of healing. There's no type of time frame. There's nothing in between here that can say that he trying to be a better man. Clearly, what we already saw, a man that gets what he get and get the hell out. Clearly, what we already saw, that he's not doing no real healing process, right? He's like, I'm all for what I can get. I want to be seen. I want to be a star, and I'm going to get it by any means necessary. That's what he feels. I want cake and I want it now. That's the kind of energy he got, right? So in 2010, he marries his second wife. Just so we can recap before I get back to these comments, let's just recap. The first wife he divorced in 2008, right? The divorce was granted in December of 2008. He met the second wife in 2009. They got married in 2010. From 2010 to 2019, they were together. They do an interview in 2019. 4 months after that, he files for divorce again, and then he divorced from this wife in 2019. They divorced in 2021, and then he is remarrying 7 months later to Miss Shaunie O'Neal in 2021. Where the hell did the healing take place? When did God get a chance to deal with this bro? Somebody got to make it make sense, because I don't see it. Let me see what y'all saying. Ain't no comfort. Okay, I can't write that one. Let me see what y'all saying. Because, child, listen. You know I am Tangent. I'm gonna come through. Y'all gotta make, hey, Chef Don, make it do what it do. I had to put a price tag on this thing this morning. I said, child, don't let nobody play with you like that, girl. Listen, you want to be dumb on your own time. Don't let nobody else find out you dumb as hell. Okay? You supposed to make sure this stuff was under wraps. You supposed to make sure that this stuff was something you already talked about. So why you sitting around here talking about all the, I married the man and I didn't marry the pastor. Hell to the nah. You married them both because you was interested. He was interested in the spotlight, and so was you. Y'all like that, and that's okay, because it's something about that pastor ding dong that y'all just be like, oh, I got to have a pastor. The pastor in the tight suit is wrong as hell. Bottom line, not all pastors, but that particular pastor, child, please. I'm just saying, exactly. He has an image to uphold. Say it again. Johnny Jones, good morning. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We didn't sleep with you last night. What's up? And is a human. Absolutely. Good morning. Yes. It's not a good look for the church for a pastor. Woo, child. Come through, Slick. Come through. For a pastor to have multiple divorces. When I was younger, the pastor wasn't getting no divorce. Nope. Child, those pastors were a little bit different than us, Slick. Those pastors had 5 women in the church, and dare not that main wife to have a problem with it. If they got up in the middle of the night, dare not you ask them. They're going to go handle business in the middle of the night. I don't know who died for the 100th time, but somebody died. Those pastors going to be there, whether they died or not. Those pastors was another kind of breed, honey. Yes. Good morning, Shar. Y'all have a blessed day. Amen. Hi, Patricia E. What's up? Keep pouring the tea. I got you, boo. I got you. Did everyone in the chat hit that like button? Pastor just want all the pulpit and congregation. I I ain't reading that, Ken Clark. The pastor messed up, right? I ain't trying to say it's all pastors because y'all know I love the church. I live for the building of the kingdom of God, right? But a thing, we're going to call a thing, and a ace, and a spade. However, everybody don't belong behind that pulpit. Their minds are messed up. And if we get off the pretense of the nice suit, the nice swaying words, and, the fly shoes, and the Gucci this, and the Gucci that, and the fly cars, we'll be able to see these men for who they are. They're hiding behind the pulpit. They're hiding behind the congregation. And listen, ain't all pastors. So I don't want anybody jumping in my email saying, well, Shar, you really shouldn't have been talking. I ain't talking about the church. Talking about the man that's sitting in the church, okay? I'm not, y'all keep appointing all these men that belong in, I don't know where y'all appointing these people at. Because when you're connected to God, there's something that stirs up in you that tells you, even this is going to be your spirit should intertwine with right people. You should know something off the rip is wrong with these people. How don't y'all know these pastors are murderers? How don't y'all know these people are molesting children? Like, I just need to know. And I'm not saying this is Pastor Keion, don't get me twisted. I'm just saying he might just have a cheating problem. Clearly, all these relationships was after he got something from the one he was on his way to next, right? So he went on to the next one after he knew, all right, we sealed that deal. Now I can move on. This is done. No shame, no remorse, no sorry, God, for the way I made a mockery out of, marriage and nothing. He just feel like he can do it because he passed the Keion. And Shaunie, you just sat there and you listen, like you just settled for that. Oh, how did you do it? Hell, he did it because you was messing with him while he was with his second wife, allegedly, in my opinion. That's how the hell he did it. You knew he was going to do it. So no, we're not surprised. Let me see. Shaunie has a prenup. Okay, that was enforced before they got married. Got you. But like that lady said in the interview, Patricia E., what she said was the prenup will protect us financially, where they can walk out with nothing, in the physical, but what protects our heart? We already invested. We already got tied up, intertwined with these people and want a lifetime with these people. The prenup says, okay, you ain't taking nothing out of here, but who the hell gonna come and mend my heart back together? You feel what I'm saying, Patricia E.? It's not fair. Just do right by people. Shar, do you think Shaunie is trying to change her image? Oh, absolutely. Slick. I have a yes and I have a no, and I'm gonna tell you why. I would say yes, because ultimately, when you want something from God, such as a relationship, right? There's a pulling that goes on that only you yourself can understand. So if she is, I believe that she's fighting right now with the things that she's already so much invested in. I think, and this is what I think, because I'm no professional and I'm the vice pastor, but I think that's the reason why she's pulled back from basketball wives, because she understands that will put her in a light that really, if she's trying to turn over a new relief, she has no business in. Now, she brought a lot of people down in basketball wives. She ruined a lot of things behind the scenes that she was willing to do willingly. So I'm not in agreement with her backing off now to save her marriage. And her husband like, nah, you can't do that. You're going to mess up the image of the church. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't agree with her ruining somebody else's life, but protecting hers, that's a hell no for me. But I do believe that she is trying to change it over. But this is what I want her to do. If she wants this marriage to work and she don't want to be the fourth divorce, let me tell you something. She better go back and make that nigga get some counseling. You understand me? She better go back and make sure that nigga ain't poking nowhere else right now as we speak, because his pattern says that he starts to do things and then he slams the paperwork and then he moves the hell on. So if that's the case, you probably should be starting to tap into this stuff right now to not only protect you as the individual, but your heart as well. She only doing it because he's a pastor. Yes, for sure. He already had a pep talk with her. I told y'all I've been there and I've done it, okay? He already had a pep talk with her. This is the church. We represent the church, not God. Forget about God. We only represent the church. And all these people look at us as like we heroes, although y'all just men and women, okay? But with that being said, he's already given her the pep talk to say, this is the way you're going to represent yourself. And if you can't, we're going to have a problem. So she's doing everything. What she should be doing is doing everything to build a relationship with God so he can allow her to walk pleasing and acceptable unto him. But instead of that, she's more worried about pleasing and acceptable unto him and his image, right? So that's where she's going to get screwed up at, right there. White people just can't be single, dang. Everybody want to be single, Ken Clark. They tired of laying in that bed by themselves. They got dogs and puppies and cats and birds. Child, they tired of it, Ken Clark. They want a relationship. Nah, I'm just playing. Why people just can't be single? Dang. It never works out. I keep my A in the parks, drinking water, working out, eating, etc. Take notes, lady. And you trifling A niggas too. I hear you, Ken Clark. Listen, when you get to a position where you could protect yourself, Ken Clark, is an amazing feeling. When you get to a position where a man is not your first priority, fine. I say stay single as long as you need to until your healing is done. But if you have to have somebody, you will run into the same kind of nigga, just another shade, no matter what, if you are not healed. I always say it, you guys can take it with me and cash it if you want to, right? I always say it. I didn't ask you for your leftovers. You don't get a right to serve me leftovers that I never asked you for. I didn't want them. You just plopped them on my lap. That's called handling your business. Before you invite me to be your lady, your woman, your wife, your man, whoever, you need to make sure that the leftovers have already been served and you got them out your system, because I don't like leftovers. I like fresh food, food that's only been touched by me, right? So that's where that comes in at. You have to be willing to be in a position to accept the gift that God has set aside for you, if that makes sense. And I say it. Marriage is an amazing thing. It's so beautiful. I don't care how many bumps and bruises you go through. Marriage is amazing, but it takes two willing participants to do the work and make sure that nothing that you do will devalue you as the woman or devalue you as the wife, and vice versa, right? So I'm not going to be so much up your butt that I forget reality, that I forget to look at what's in front of me. No, I gotta see it for what it is. I gotta call it for what it is. Because what's not going to happen is I'm not going to have my children come back and look at me like, Mom, you was a sucker. You let him do everything for me. Why can't I go out here and be a sucker? Why would they do something different when they've been seeing you be dumb all your life? You dumb, so they dumb. You done produced 6 dumb kids. Who the hell is doing that? You feel what I'm saying? That's all I got to say, Ken Clark. Pastors do not live by the word. 2 Timothy 3 is a man of God or his high scale. Say it again, Tanja. Point blank, period. Scriptures ain't easy. You know, you got to look for them if you don't know where they at. But when you get them and you digest them things and you apply those things, it's easier to walk. You feel what I'm saying? And I think we get a misconception of who pastors are. They only man. Good morning, mentors. How are you? And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We ain't sleep with you last night. What's up? Cousin ATs was going to avoid the elephant in the room. The fact that he had a rumors woo, child. Shar. I remember that. I remember seeing that. When I was battling like which direction I was going to go through for my YouTube channel, because I've been through so much when I was going through like what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, what kind of what direction I was going to go in through. There was a lot of things that I had to pick apart and say, Lord, am I doing this because I've been there and I've done that? Or am I going this direction because this is the way that you're directing me, right? So I had to make a conscious decision that if given an opportunity to go that route, I will go. But I wouldn't look for those things, because I'm bitter and I'm mad and I'm angry and I'm going to, somebody got to feel this thing. You know what I'm saying? So I had to pick that thing apart. But I'm with you. I remember that. And I think she's in denial. You know what I mean? I don't know if the man is or he isn't. But even if he has those kind of spirits, do you really want to go down that road? You know what I'm saying? You're always going to be wondering. You all hold on one second, guys. Do you always want to go through that, like, dang, I wonder if he looking at a pink tonight. I wonder if he out there messing with another this, another that. Who the hell want to live like that? I know the hell I wouldn't want to. You know what I'm saying? So that's something she's going to have to live with. Because see, listen, here's the thing, Shar, stay with me. God gives us all the spirit of consciousness. That's a free will. That's a free desire for us to tap into. We never get into a relationship where God doesn't give us red flags before we even say, I do. It's up to us to use the spirit of discernment and we be able to tap into that thing and say, nah, I'm good. Okay, no, thank you. It even sucks more when you're in it and you find out these things. But if he flopped those things on your lap and you choose to turn a blind eye to them, honey, you deserve to get everything you got afterwards. Every single thing, the blow pops, the whistles, the toys, the men, the cats, the dogs, whatever the hell knock on your door, you deserve them because you chose that you didn't matter. You feel what I'm saying? You thought that you didn't matter. So that's why you was like, That ain't true. I ain't worried about that. Instead of asking, hey, listen, do you have feelings about other men? Do you have feelings about other women? Is there some truth to this? Don't be afraid to be your own voice of reasoning, because when that problem come up, you're the only one that's going to have to deal with that thing. You're going to be the only one that have that sob story. You have to ask them. Some people have a problem with tricking. Excuse if you listen, if you're a kid, get the hell out the chat. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, some people have a problem with pornography. You know what I mean? Like it's simple. Some people have a problem with pornography. Some people have a problem with tricking. Some people have a problem with, it's so many different sins and problems. None of us are greater than the other. But I say all that to say is, don't be afraid to ask. Listen, I heard something out here. Is it some truth to this? Listen, your math ain't mapping. Okay. I need to know. I found some lingerie in the room. It ain't mine. It seems like this is a pattern. You be your own mouthpiece, because when it comes down to come down, you the only one got to embrace that divorce. You the only one got to go through somebody trying to take you for something that they ain't have no parts in when it's done and over. Don't play yourself like that. Don't do that. It can't be that much ping ping in the world to make you be stupid like that. That's all I'm saying, cuz. That's all I'm saying. Let me see. Let me see. I know I done missed so many of y'all comments. Hold on. I can't get with this new church culture. My pastor showed love for his wife, but in today, but back in the day, he would have never considered divorce. Slick, it's a whole nother breed, and we're all doing it based off the appearance. You know what I mean? Not us, like us, the people, but like in general, we're all doing it because you look like you could be a pastor. Boy, they brung the word. Okay, are they going to live by the word? What the hell does bringing the word mean? Boy, they can preach the pants off you. Okay, are they going to preach and abide by the word? What's up? I don't want nobody who's going to preach the pants off of me and we're going to hoot and holler. We're going to go home. You're going to knock me the hell up my head. Hell nah. Keep the word. I'm good. Pretty brown eyes in the building. Make it do what it do, what it do. What's up? Hi, sweetie. How are you? Cousin, we are just going to avoid the elephant in the room. The fact that he had rumors. Okay, I got it. I got it. Dude sounds like he's married to money, and marrying is his job to keep his marriage succeeding. Whoo, child, Tangent. It don't take a wise man to understand that. That's basic knowledge. 1+1 has always been 2. It's a fact. His patterns prove differently. Shaunie didn't have to do anything, but all she had to do is own her stuff. There's something here, and I'm not saying that he didn't change, because that's not for us to decide. I'm not saying that he can't change. That's still not for me to decide. But what I will say is, I know for sure that this girl ain't do nothing behind the scenes to address the elephant in the room, which is the rumors that we've been hearing. You feel what I'm saying? The pattern of divorce, once he can get more out of somebody else, the pattern of somebody saying that he possibly could like that kind. I don't know if it's any truth to it. But with that being said, Shaunie, you sold yourself short again. Was it really worth it? I don't know about nobody else, but if I'm waiting for the third time, I'm not I'm not going to sell out for nobody. I'm not going to sell out for nobody. I'm going to make sure that I do everything. What is time going to hurt? Time ain't going to do nothing for me. It's not going to hurt me if I wait a little bit longer. That's going to be okay. It's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to wait a little bit longer to see if your true colors come popping out that window. You know what I mean? If you start peeking out a window you ain't got no business in. If your hands start to go places they ain't got no business doing. If you start walking in my door 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I need to see, okay? That's God exposing your behind. You feel what I'm saying? Your calls start getting short. Your conversations start be like, I'll call you back real fast. I got to run into here. You just ran into somewhere, bro. You got somewhere else to go again. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that we need to use the wisdom and understanding and knowledge that God gives us for free. It's free to tap into the wisdom, and we don't want to because we're stuck on the ping ping. Take the ping ping out your mouth and tap into reality. That's all I'm saying. Or if it's a cuckoo, take the cuckoo out your mouth. I'm just saying. Listen, pretty brown eyes. It is. It really is. No, listen, it is. And nobody can sit and say that it's not. It really is. Getting money to grow his marriage. Child, listen. Them pastors was going to lay hands and pipes. Listen, in the pastor's office, okay? They do it all. And these women, I don't know what's wrong with them. They don't mind spreading it wide and hanging it low just because they are the pastor. Do you think you're going to get to heaven any faster if you sleep with the pastor? I guarantee you won't. I can tell you that you won't get there. As a matter of fact, you might not even get there, not faster, but you might not make it at all. Keep sleeping with somebody else's husband. See what the hell going to happen to you. Okay? It's not okay to drop your drawers in the pastor's office. And I'm just keeping it real. Y'all stupid. Lay that pipe down. It looks like he's married to money and working to get means to keep his money growing. And that's what it sounds like to me. Pulpit pipe. Pimp. Yep. Pulpit. Look at me. Pulpit pimp. Pimping them all out. Put them all in the front row, pretty brown eyes. Line them all up. You know what I mean? It's hard out here for a pimp. Y'all play too much, Tasha. He no doubt has calculated the benefits from the prenup. Oh yeah, sure. Trust me, he didn't go down without a fight, Tanja. He didn't go down without a fight. Stop, please pause, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. Yes, because I will be back. After I finish these comments up, I'm going to get the hell up out of here. Like I said, we coming back. We're going to talk about the cancellation possibly of Married to Medicine. We're going to talk about Blueface being arrested for this attempted murder. We're going to talk about them girls that put that girl in that bedroom, took her on a vacation to Mexico, and they killed the girl. Some friends are they. We're going to talk about it because we ain't holding nothing back today. We might as well just get litty all day since I got a little bit more time on my hand. You know what I mean? We might as well just talk about it all. I'm with her. I love being single. I don't miss relationships at all. I choose a cat over a man any day. Sure. I gotta post my picture. I thought I was taking a selfie the other day, child. I looked in the background of that picture. I thought I was little, I was freaking my little scarf, my little tank top shirt. Simple, right? I looked in the background of that picture, child. There go my dog all cuddled up on my bed. I said, Lord have mercy, I can. Singleness is like a warm breeze in a peaceful field. Yes, Tanja, it is. Something just different shade. Come on, Shar. You know a different shade. Same kind of nigga, just a different shade, Tasha. Come on, I'm straight facts, no fiction. You know how I'm coming. Oh, Lord, you preaching. I got you, babes. I got you. True, Shar. I'm here for it, Ken Clark. Tanja, yes, I like walking on the beach. Oh, yes, I love the beach. Listen, my feet ain't the pretty thing, but I love when my feet hit those sand, okay? That's why I said you got to love some feet and some ankles. It's important. Whether they ugly or not, you should love them. But Ken Clark, that's another story for another day. Tanja says, yes, give me peace over anything, honey. Whenever he will reap, Shaunie will share with him. His spirit is stink. Yes, it is. Hello, Tasha. I don't believe words. I believe patterns. I give them 3 years tops. Woo, sure. I knew I missed you. Tell them again. Patterns speak a whole mouthful. You can say anything to me. You know what I'm saying? But just by her, this is not our first time talking about it. Just by her going and saying, I'm not going to be on the show no more, that told me a whole lot right there. He's running that train. He's doing that. She don't have a mouthpiece. She don't even know who the hell she is these days. Yep, give it a month. Some stuff ain't good. Oh, wait a minute. Ain't going to add up. Scratch that. Give it 2 weeks. And some ain't going to add up. I know that's right. 26 likes and 44 in the chat. Light it up, your icon. Like up your like icon, guys. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. It ain't going to cost you nothing. If you're not subscribed, please do so. I'm over here. Listen. All facts, no fiction. Do what you do. Miss Shar, you got some juicy news coming up. Let me get my grapes juice ready, period. Ken Clark, I'm here for it. Make sure you got everything you need because I'm here, okay? I got some stuff I need to talk about because listen, as parents and women and men, because I got a couple men in the chat, listen, we have to do all we got to do to think rational. It does us no disservice for us to turn around and act like we're not seeing what's going on before us. Let me tell you, if you would have killed my child or you would have turned around and set my child up, I would have made sure the goons was on you. I'm just saying. But that's another story when I come back because I don't have time to do it all at one shot. My grandfather wouldn't allow those pastors in his house eating up the best parts of the chicken from his children. He told my grandmother, no, ma'am. Let the pastor eat in his house or at his church. I know that's right, man. Listen, guys, that's all I have for you. If you have not hit the like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please do so. I'm here. I'm active and I'm activated. Okay. You guys know we ain't going to only talk about love and marriage, but if they come through, we going to come through. You know what I mean? But right now, we just talking about the things that we see before us. Shaunie, you should have checked that pattern, sis. I'm out of here. I love you, checkmates. Bye.